Awesome. Great being here. I also found the cable. Awesome. So what I want to, we only have 10 minutes, so I'll be fast. So please complain afterwards if you don't understand everything. And what I want to show you is how much can we trust current generation of AI? Where is this going? And should we be afraid, or how can we use this responsibly? And so far, I don't see any abracadabra. Well, I can give it another try. No. No, it should do it automatically. But, yeah, well, maybe that's my fault. But I can show you through the magic of interpretive dance. So basically what you've kind of all seen is phenomenal results coming from current generation of AI. Basically solving logical puzzles, solving reasoning tasks, answering even ever more complex questions. There's also like some news that like ChatGPT has passed the bar exam, or like the economics exam, right? So we're thinking, is this intelligence? Is this the same intelligence that humans have? And the more we kind of progress and these systems are ever evolving, the more they breach boundaries. But what I want to tell you is that this is really just the stochastic parrot that has learned a bunch of more phrases. So there was, at the very beginning of this technology, there was an influential paper that said, these are stochastic parrots. They're basically just memorizing patterns, and they're memorizing patterns really well. I think we all had somebody like that in our university studying next to us. Right? They were just memorizing patterns. They had no understanding of what's actually going on. But here and there, they came back with pretty good grades. So it's not impossible to pass exams. It's not impossible to solve questions right if you basically have no underlying understanding of what's actually going on. And so I did an experiment. I'll post it to my Twitter later on, so you can look it up. With GPT-4, basically the best current generation of models, on solving like a puzzle on how you can kind of measure a certain time interval with burning ropes. I'm not sure if you know that puzzle. And GPT-4 has learned the problem by heart because it's a problem you can find on the internet. So the result came out pretty well. And then I divided all the numbers by 3, and it still came out pretty well. And then I did a small additional modification that for everyone that would have truly understood the problem would not have been a problem. And then all hell broke loose. And all kinds of crazy things came out, things that don't make a lot of sense, where it was inventing additional ropes that I wasn't specifying in the problem, right? And so basically it just kind of kept spazzing out, kept rambling. And so this is the current generation of technology we're at. And so one of the things that we are really careful about is to make clear for all our partners and customers what this technology can really do and what it can't do. And that, of course, it can help us out a ton. I often say to our customers, what would you do if you had unlimited smart interns? We have tons of opportunity. But still, it's only interns, right? If we have to take responsibility, and in order to do that, we have to understand where these results come from. So we need a new generation of transparency, explainability. This is currently some of our research where we're leading the pack on showing how you can give the human an insight into the brain of the parrot. Right? We visualize these patterns. And so once you've seen these patterns, you can check for yourself whether they're accurate or not. Oftentimes they're accurate. Oftentimes they're something that has been in the training data that is working well, but sometimes it's not. And in the critical applications where it matters, where we have to take responsibility, we have to put the human into a position where they can evaluate the results, where they can train, and where they can intervene. Because some patterns are not right all the time. And sometimes there's good reason to deviate from the patterns. I think my time is up anyway, right? So if we now fix that, okay, we try. Awesome. So I allow this. Whoa! Thanks. Pretty embarrassing. So I can show you the example now. And please pull me from the stage as soon as my time is up. So this is kind of one of the examples. I have like an 8-liter jug and a 3-liter jug, and I want to measure out 5 liters. This is ChatGPT, by the way. And now it starts pretty well. Like I fill the 8-liter jug with liquid, and I pour the 8-liter into the 3-liter jug. Now the 8-liter jug has 5 liters liquid remaining on it. That makes sense, right? But then as you go on, it kind of says things like, pour the 5-liter liquids from the 3-liter jug back into the 3-liter jug, which does not make a lot of sense. And then the 3-liter jug now contains 5 liters of liquid, which doesn't make any sense. And this was ChatGPT. So let's take this. This is the logic puzzle, like the burning rope. You have 2 ropes. They take an hour to burn. They burn at inconsistent rates. How can you measure 45 minutes? And the solution goes like that. Light the first rope at both ends. So it kind of, first rope will burn in 30 minutes, so half the time. Second rope will still be burning. Like once you, the moment the first rope burns out, light the other end of the second rope. So it's like a logic puzzle, right? And now I divide everything by 3. It still works. But when I now say I want to measure out 35 minutes and I have 3 ropes, should be easy, right? Because I can just add the 20 minutes from like an additional rope. Pretty self. But it kind of all hell breaks loose, which I really like this one. Now at the 30-minute mark, light one end of your 4th rope, which you didn't mention, but I'm assuming you have. And of course, this is also, the second point is also wrong. At the 10-minute mark, light the other end of the second rope, it will burn out in another 10 minutes, which is also kind of wrong. And so now let's just kind of quickly show you the responsibility, like how you can trace that. So here, this is The Terrible Old Man by Lovecraft. The AI says a terrible old man is described as exceedingly feeble, both physically and mentally. And so as a human, we now have to take responsibility. How do we know about the mental state of the old man? And this is the explanation where the terrible old man talks to his bottles, addressing them by such names as Jack, Scarface, Dong Tom. And whenever he speaks to a bottle, a little lead pendulum within makes a certain vibration as if an answer. And so this is reading between the lines. It's not keywords, but it is the patterns that the stochastic parrot has learned. This is a correct pattern. And of course, this also works on multimodality. So a sunset over a city, how do we know it's a sunset? This is this part of the image, and how do we know it's a city? So, take responsibility is my message, right? Don't trust the parrot, but use the parrot as if you would unlimited interns. Thanks.